room waits because this can get lengthy, and it's obvious.
Good morning, Arizona.
Beautiful Sunday morning. It is 7:53, and it's time to talk fantasy football. Not just football, but fantasy football. And our expert, Jeff Coracini from FantasyFootballStarters.com, is here with more advice. And, you know, when we talk about this, it almost seems like we're talking about the stock market sometimes.
That's right.
Buy low, sell high.
Yep.
Is that the theory this
and
week
that's
again?
the theme. We're going to keep that theme throughout the week so we can help people in week 5, also in week 6. So starting with our buy low, we're going to start with quarterback Phillip Rivers, San Diego Chargers, Brian.
Okay.
He's had a tough 4 or 5 weeks. We look for him to turn it around pretty soon. He's got a solid, solid weapons, also a good coach, weak AFC division, so we look for him to really pick it up a bit.
San Diego's having some trouble.
Yeah, they are, but they're in a weak division, so they should turn that around.
Okay, who else?
And then we've got Torrey Holt, wide receiver, St. Louis Rams. The Rams have been struggling on offense, particularly on the offensive line. Running back Steven Jackson is hurt. They made a trade at quarterback, so he's another guy that is a top 5 fantasy pick at the wide receiver position. We look for him to start getting some of his catches and playing a lot better.
And I don't know much about fantasy football, as you know, so your advice would be to make trades for these people?
Yeah, these are guys that you can probably get good value for and not have to give up a lot.
I see.
And then on the sell high candidacy, these are guys that, right now because of an injury or something like that, you may want to look to move them.
Okay.
Yeah, and the first one we've got is Javon Walker, who's a wide receiver for the Denver Broncos. His knee that he had surgery on in 2005 is starting to nag him a bit. So now's the time. He's been playing halfway decent. Now's the time to look at possibly moving him if you're an astute fantasy player. And then another one is a running back, Deshaun Foster, who's a running back for the Carolina Panthers. He's been playing really well, and with the injuries right now at the running back position throughout the NFL, now's a good time to look to move him because the Carolina Panthers also have a rookie running back in D'Angelo Williams. So these are guys that if you want to move, now's the time to look at moving these guys.
And injuries really play a part in this.
Absolutely. That's what you got to pay attention to all the time.
How about this? A super sleeper and a name we haven't heard for a while.
Absolutely.
He's in the news as much as he is the sports report.
Yes, he is. And you know what? A super sleeper is somebody that may help you down the line, but not right away. And this is Ricky Williams, the running back of the Miami Dolphins. He applied to get reinstated into the league, Brian, after several attempts. And it looks like if he gets reinstated before the trade deadline, look for the Miami Dolphins to look to trade him to somebody else. If he doesn't get reinstated until after the trade deadline, the Miami Dolphins will probably release him. And some team, you know how the NFL is, somebody's going to pick him up and give him one more try.
Does he still have what it takes?
His body isn't beaten. He's had a couple of years off, obviously, so somebody's going to give him a shot.
Had the medical marijuana going there for a while, medicinal purposes only, I'm sure.
That's true.
All right, finally, we're going to talk a little Arizona Cardinal defense.
Yes, absolutely. As a matter of fact, my neighbor, Jackie, asked me, when are you going to talk about the Cardinals defense? And they are a great fantasy pickup right now if you play in a league that has defense and special teams. Look what they did to the Steelers last week. They even scored a touchdown on a return. They're playing in a top 10 category. They are a great defense to pick up. As a matter of fact, I think they're going to take it to the St. Louis Rams this weekend and have another upset.
I would guess you're right. Well, how can people find out more about what you do?
That's right, FantasyFootballStarters.com. Go to our website. We have a free trial offer. We have guys standing by now helping everybody with making their picks this morning for this weekend, as well as giving advice for following weeks as well.
Very nice. You have a lot of football to watch later today, I'm sure.
Got it, Brian.
Thanks for coming in, Jeff. We'll see you again next week, I hope.
You bet.
All righty, we have a fresh look of news just ahead. Contestants down in Tucson.